What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the new show on the StayWeighedIn YouTube page and podcast. It's called The Daily Drop, and the basis around the show is myself and obviously Sugar Ray, the whole crew. We're going to be talking to you about some of the biggest discussion topics around boxing and also some of the biggest topics you'll hear throughout the day. We're going to start off with the man himself, Money Mayweather, and exhibition boxing. Now, the reason I want to talk about this particular topic is I'm a big fan of Money Mayweather. I like Floyd. However, there's a problem that I think with Floyd Mayweather, and the reason is I believe he's somebody who has ruined his legacy a little bit by now taking on these money fights. And the reason I say this is currently in the world of boxing right now, we have a stigma attached to it whereby you see a lot of casuals who will go away from boxing, but then will also see the all legends participate in what's known as exhibition boxing. And what's happened there is basically you now get people who are currently, you now have people who are watching our legends participate in boxing fights where they know the outcome, and from that we basically have people who are looking at the art of boxing and seeing it being discredited. Now, another thing I want to talk about when it comes to Floyd and just the art of exhibition boxing, it's not something that's not been done before. In the past, it was something that was done, but it wasn't done to this particular scale. Now, if you saw on the weekend, we had an excellent boxing fight between Joshua Buatsi and Craig Richards. Now, to somebody like myself, I sat through and I watched that, and I actively took the decision to stray away from someone like Floyd Mayweather and his exhibition fight in Dubai. Whereas you will get some people who would see the name of Floyd Mayweather and actively look to watch that particular fight, which is understandable. However, what then happens is you lose the eyes of people who are currently, who should, in my eyes, be watching a great British fight, and not just even a British fight, just a great fight in itself, and gravitating more towards the exhibition side. With that, you lose fans, and that's a problem that I think we've had in boxing for a while. We've had a problem whereby we are losing fans currently, and then you have people who'll be speaking to say that you have other competitions such as the UFC who are able to put on a product that gravitates towards newer fans, that gravitates towards more excitement. And our legends in boxing are fighting in Dubai in an event that they know they are going to win, as they like to say, even though it doesn't go on the record. Now, this is the problem I have when it comes to boxing in general. If you have guys who like Floyd Mayweather, who's setting the precedent in the sense of he's fought in China, I believe, as well, or Japan, sorry, don't quote me on that, when he fought in an exhibition where it was a mismatch. Then you had the fight against Logan Paul as well. Again, it was more of a showcase event, which is fine. And then you have what he has right now. When he sets a personal precedent to put money over his legacy, it looks to me to say, what would other fighters do? And it's kind of common knowledge right now as well. You've had people like Tyson Fury who have basically stated that they're done with boxing, but they're not done with the sport of it. And for me, he's openly said it as well, someone like Tyson Fury as well, whereby he said that I'm done with it from a competitive standpoint. However, I'll look to get into exhibition fights. And then you've got people like Francis Ngannou who from the UFC, again, would love to come over into the boxing world and be able to make that particular type of money, but in an exhibition rules only. And for me, I look at it to think, because of the stigma we've got attached to the zero, which is another topic we'd like to discuss later on, are more boxers slowly becoming more content with ending their careers early to then going on the exhibition route, knowing that you can have a particular fight against somebody that we wanted you to fight against, but it won't be valued or worth as much. And I think as somebody who likes the sport itself, I think that's very detrimental and that hurts the sport itself. Now, from a financial side of things, these exhibition fights aren't held in the UK. They'll be held in places like Dubai, places like Saudi Arabia, where financially it's beneficial for people to come out and watch that. And the audience itself, it'll be an audience that may not be as boxing knowledgeable as, say, somebody who goes to York Hall or somebody who's at the O2. And for that, you've got to think of it to the side of what is boxing right now if you're living in that particular way. Yes, we've got champions like Canelo, like Crawford, like Spence, but for how long do we have them where they might even see the pathway of exhibition fights after they accomplish what they can do? And I think that's a little bit of a worry for me when it comes to exhibition boxing, because I'm looking at people like Floyd, for example, and he's, for me, the benchmark when it comes to boxing. There's not a lot of people in the sport that can change the way we look at it. And Floyd was one of them that was able to do that, where he was able to go out on his own 50-0 and make the most money, where now boxing is a fighter's game more than it is a promoter's game. And therefore I do wonder, how long is it before boxers decide it's time to hang up the gloves and move towards the way of exhibition fights and get them fights done where it's not worth anything to your record, but it is also a thing where we can make a lot more money or make the same amount of money but not damage our record. And I think that's another problem as well in boxing as well, which we are going to discuss. But I do want to hear your guys' views as well. As always, if you like the new content as well, this is new to the show, so obviously drop us your criticisms and also your opinions of what you think about exhibition boxing as well. But also, whilst you're on our YouTube page, check out our recap of Joshua Buatsi versus Craig Richards. That recently went up as well, so we'd like to hear your views about that. And also, we've got a lot more content coming through. This hopefully should be a show that we drop every single day. And with that, we want to get your guys' view and your guys' interaction as well. But as always, if you are enjoying the content, you know what to do. If you are enjoying the pod, like, share, and subscribe. Why not hit that button and follow us on all our socials as well? Let us know about everything. But yeah, that's it from today's first episode of the Daily Drop. We should be back every day, ideally at 6 o'clock. But yeah, as always, let us know about your views on exhibition boxing. And if you're for it, why? If you're against it, let us know as well. But until next time, peace out, guys.